So as you wander around the show and you see that many companies are presenting connected things, and we see that IoT is shifting into the home with more devices, smartphones, tablets, sensors, thermostats, and other equipment that is getting connected to the internet. One thing that is becoming quite obvious that the security paradigm is changing. And the way that we handle security inside the home today with antivirus and firewall is not sufficient anymore. The type of threats and the type of means to hack into the home and invade people's privacy and get into their assets is changing. And what we're doing at Cisco, we identified that there is a need to provide better protection to the home. And we're adopting our experience from the enterprise. So Cisco, as you know, have a lot of experience on the network side and also on the security side. And we're taking all this experience and bringing it into the home. As I said, we hear more and more of different events that happen. We heard of baby sensors that was hacked and somebody was screaming at the baby. We heard of this Russian website that that published tens of thousands of open IP cameras. So we realized that today attacks could happen not only from outside the home, but also from within the home network. And there is a need to provide more security, more privacy to subscribers. And Cisco developed a solution that is called HomeGuard, as you can see over here. What we're doing, this is quite unique. We're identifying the type of devices that we have inside the home. So the devices that you will have at home are different than the devices that I have at home. We're adopting intrusion prevention system that Cisco developed into the home router. And based on the home topology, based on the devices that we have, we're adopting the security paradigm, the security scheme, the applicable rules for your specific home. Now, once the devices are defined and the home intrusion prevention system is in place, we're protecting the devices that you have at home from hacking and from invading your privacy. And people today are more and more concerned with these issues. What we're going to present here at the demo is a camera that we're bringing to the home and a very simple mean of accessing the home network. So I have this camera, I brought it home. I'm going to connect it. And here I have an application that is just mimicking a home automation application. Again, we're not providing home automation at Cisco. What we're providing is home network security. So once the camera is connected, I can access the camera and you can see it over here. Now my colleague over here is a very famous hacker. His name is Benny the Hacker. And we just received an invitation to the INTX. And this is just a very innocent email. And the point is that we're not even required to download images. Once we select the email, and Benny, please go ahead and do that, we'll see that the hacker is gaining control over the camera. With a very basic application that is running in the background, is able to detect the IP address of the camera and gain control over it. And me at home, I wouldn't know even that somebody hacked into my camera. And I think that everyone knows how many cameras we have at home on every tablet, on every smartphone. And what I'll show you next is what happens when we have HomeGuard deployed. So I'm going to switch the camera off again. And I'm going to turn on Cisco's HomeGuard. So Cisco's HomeGuard is turned on now. And again, I brought my home camera. I'm going to connect it. The first thing that will happen is that HomeGuard, with a device discovery mechanism, will identify that there is a new device at home. And what will happen is that HomeGuard will alert that there is a new device and will check if there are any known vulnerabilities on this device. And one of the things that HomeGuard identified is that the camera is using default user and password. And I think this is quite typical, because taking this device and changing the user and password is not simple for typical users. You need to take it, you need to plug Ethernet cable to a computer. It's not quite simple. And we're providing with HomeGuard, we're running a posture assurance, and we're providing a very simple interface to the user to change the user and password. So I will say, yes, I would like to change the user and password. I'm entering the username and the password. And now I change the password on the camera, and it is more protected, yet with the camera, I'm providing also the intrusion prevention system, as I explained before. And now, Benny the hacker will select the email again. And as we can see, nothing happens because HomeGuard identified two things. One, the mean for the hacker to intrude my home is to scan for open ports. That's one thing. The second thing, the access to the camera was made from an unauthorized device. So HomeGuard applying anomaly detection, it's not only looking for static information, same as antivirus is doing. It's applying some logic and collection of data from the network, and by doing that, protecting and blocking any instances that are looking suspicious. So this event was blocked. One thing that I would like to mention is that the use case is to deploy this system, the HomeGuard, the Cisco's HomeGuard, on the home routers, and we're doing that working with our service provider partners to provide it to end users.